Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing story, starting with this huge report talking about left back Jordi Alba, as Jordi Alba have decided to leave Barcelona, according to Gerard Romero. We are going to be discussing on that big story as we progress. Then, secondly, we are going to be talking about Ferran Torres, as it has been reported that the Barca winger will stay at Barcelona this summer if Brazilian prodigy Vitor Roque does not arrive. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. In a major development, Gerard Romero reports that Barcelona veteran Jordi Alba will leave the club at the end of the season, with official sources confirming the news to the journalist. Alba still has 1 year left on his contract with Barcelona, but the club have been pushing him to consider leaving as they cannot afford to pay his wages, which will rise to 30 million euros for the next season, owing to deferred payments and the incremental nature of his deal. There have been talks of a mutual termination of Alba's contract or even a possible salary reduction for a while now. 34-year-old Alba had always maintained that he would like to see out his contract at Barca and had previously hinted that he would even be open to helping out the club financially by taking a pay cut. However, it seems like the two parties have instead decided to part ways. It was the player who decided to move away. The veteran fullback is also set to waive a large portion of the salary that is owed to him by the club. A product of Barcelona's La Masia academy, Alba left the club at a young age before returning in 2012 after stints at Cornellà and Valencia. Since then, he has been pretty much an undisputed starter at left back for a good part of the last decade, racking up over 450 appearances for the club and winning 6 La Liga titles and 1 UEFA Champions League trophy. However, over the course of the 2022-23 season, Jordi Alba lost his starting 11 or his starting spot to Alejandro Balde, and it became abundantly clear that he does not have a prominent role anymore in Xavi's plans at Barcelona. As such, he has now decided to move on to a new challenge, although it remains unclear where he will end up. There has been interest in the veteran from clubs such as Inter Milan and Juventus. So now guys, the big question is, will Alba's departure affect Messi's arrival? That's a big question many people are asking. Jordi Alba will become the third captain to leave Barcelona this season after Gerard Piqué retired from football in November and Sergio Busquets announced his decision to part ways when his contract expires on June 30. It is bound to raise some questions about whether the departure of Alba as well as Busquets might have an impact on Barca's pursuit of Lionel Messi. After all, the three are very close friends, and it has been previously reported that their futures might be interlinked. But Gerard Romero clarifies that it will not be the case, and Alba's impending exit from Barcelona will not have any impact whatsoever on Messi's potential arrival in the summer. A sea of change is taking place at Barcelona this summer, with two established veterans and club legends set to bid goodbye, while they will also be shifting from Spotify Camp Nou to the Montjuic Olympic Stadium until November 2024. This Alba story came as a big surprise because no, I was not expecting this. Many people were not expecting this shock announcement from Jordi Alba. Of course, because from what we all knew is this guy was hell bent on seeing out his contract, which expires next year, 2024. And with this shocking announcement, of course, as Gerard Romero just came up with it, has been a big surprise, and it's helpful. It's good news, to be honest. It's good news. You know, Alba, have been a great left back for us. There is no doubt about that. For the last 10 to 12 years, Alba has been a starter until this season when Bade took over his spot. And Alba is a legend. There is no denying of that. But the fact that he was not the Alba in the past and his salary problems again, because when we consider the fact that Barcelona really are desperate for cash and to balance their books in order to comply with the financial fair play in La Liga, this Alba's news should come as a good news, honestly, because it will really help Barcelona to a great extent in their financial fair play issues. Because Alba was one of the highest paid players. Next year, his contract was set to, he was supposed to be receiving 30 million net per season. So you can imagine what an ease or what a breath of fresh air that I've brought to the Barca camp after Alba have announced that he wants to leave the club shortly after Busquets also announced his own some 2 weeks ago. I think when we look at it in the long term, it's great news. Then on to the final story of discussion. There has been a lot of speculation about the future of FC Barca forward Ferran Torres heading into the summer transfer window. Multiple reports have suggested that the Spanish man will be offloaded in the summer as Barca need to generate fresh revenue and reduce their salary mass in order to meet their financial fair play requirements. However, according to a fresh update from Gerard Romero's, Ferran Torres' future might very well be tied with that of Barca target Vitor Roque. Indeed, the report claims that Torres will end up staying at Barca unless the club end up signing Vitor Roque from Atlético Paranense in Brazil in the summer transfer window. Barcelona are in the market for reinforcements in attack, and the 18-year-old Vitor Roque has been identified as the top target. Incoming sporting director Deco has made it the top objective to sign the Brazilian wonderkid and is confident about closing that deal. However, other factors such as the fair play margin and the interest from clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, and Paris Saint-Germain could still play some spoil sport in Barcelona's pursuit for the Brazilian forward. As such, if he does not arrive in the summer, the newly crowned La Liga champions will end up keeping hold of Ferran Torres. Signed from Manchester City in January last year, the 23-year-old has had a disappointing first full season at Spotify Camp Nou. However, with Ansu Fati likely to be sold, Barca could become short of attacking options if they do not sign Vitor Roque as well. Given Torres' ability to play across the front line, he could thus be an option to provide depth, and as such, the Catalans will consider keeping hold of him in case they fail to bring Vitor Roque. But in case the Brazilian does arrive, it will open the doors for the former Man City player to leave Barcelona. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.